Hello friends, and welcome back to A Cozy Lifestyle with Clarissa Coward. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing good today, and I'm in my kitchen, as you can see. And today I'm participating in a collaboration that is hosted by This and That with Denise Jordan, Kenya's Decor Corner with Kenya Moore, and the Sister Circle. And it's a quarantine cooking collaboration where the Sister Circle and Kenya and Denise have invited, well actually Kenya and Denise and the Sister Circle are all included in participating in this collaboration. And what we're doing, we're giving you insight into what we're cooking for our families during this quarantine. I don't know about you, but I've just been running out of ideas and what to do and how to do it. So this will be great for me. So for this particular recipe that I'm doing, I just simply asked my husband, what would you like to have that we haven't had in a while? And actually what he came up with was something I haven't had in 15, 20 years. I don't know where he popped in his head. He said, let's have manwidges. Well, back in the day when I was coming up in Philly, we used to call them sloppy joes. But he said manwidges. So I said, okay, we can do that. One pot or skillet, you know, ingredients that I already had in the house. I didn't go out and get a can of manwich seasoning because I don't have it. I don't keep it because I don't make manwidges very often. So I'm going to season mine to taste from my own seasoning cabinet back here, and we're going to see how it comes out. So come on in and let's quarantine cook. We have the ground beef, which I had in the freezer. I brought it home and put it in a plastic bag and put it in the freezer. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to need the big Prego marinara sauce. And I hope I don't, because I really want to try this Pantry Essential. It's a new one that I found, and it's been sitting in the pantry for a while. But it's a pizza sauce, and I think they all do about the same. So I'm going to see how the hamburger cooks down as to which one I use, because this may not be enough, because as you know, for a manwich it needs to be a little soupy to go over the roll. So I have that. I have bell pepper and onion that I always keep in my freezer, diced already. And I have my seasonings over here. I have black pepper, seasoned salt, paprika, sage, white pepper, and garlic powder. And I may even throw a little Italian seasoning in there as well. We will see. Because like I said, I don't have a can of manwich. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is add a little olive oil to the bottom of the skillet. You don't want to add too much. You just want to have enough to saute the vegetables first, the onions and the bell peppers, because you know that ground beef is going to have a lot of oil. I do my onions and my bell peppers first because I like them cooked. I don't like to crunch on them. So I'm going to put those in there. And what I may do is just cook these down and then take them out of the skillet before I do the ground beef and then add them back. So I have several different kinds of peppers here. And if I were doing something that was not red where you would see the peppers, I would be more concerned, because you know, presentation is everything. And I have the green and yellow and all here, which makes everything look pretty. But I don't think I'm going to use those for this. I think I'm going to use these regular green peppers for this, because you won't see them anyway much in the sauce, I don't think. And besides, there are a few red ones in here too, just in case you do. You know, guys, I may have to, because this seems to be more onion than bell pepper. I don't want these to thaw out, so I'm going to get them back into the freezer. Oh, my fingers are cold. Okay, that should be enough for that little hamburger. And if I have too much, I'll just keep it for another dish. try not to be wasteful. So while that's cooking down, or starting, I'm going to put these back in the freezer. And I'll be right back as soon as I get these bagged up. It looks like it's going to be a little cumbersome. Okay, so this is cooking down, but I made another decision. Just to give it a little bite, we had some sausage in the, fresh sausage in the freezer. So I'm going to, even though it's not thawed out, I'm going to cook it down and just add it to, just to give it a little oomph, you know. You guys, look at my nails. I did manage to get the acrylic off of my nail because I just have it on there so that my nails don't break, because mine grow, as you can see. Those are mine. So now I've got to figure out a way, because I've been putting hardener on it every day, no color, just hardener, so because, you know, they break now that the acrylic's not on. But I'm going to try it. I bought the stuff and I'm going to try putting acrylic on myself. Cross your fingers, just to, because I've already, this one here is weak across here, which tells me, way back there too, you can see where I'm pointing, which tells me that it's cracked. And that is the only reason that I wear the acrylic, because like I said, I cut my nails back last night because they were too long. My nails will grow, but they'll break without the acrylic. So I'm going to try it. So cross your fingers. I've done my toenails. I've had the pedicure, but all I've done for these are cut them back and just put a hardener, a clear hardener on them daily. But anyway, back to cooking. I'm going to thaw this out in the pan with the peppers. So that should take a few seconds. So once that's done, then I'll come back and we'll put the hamburger in. I'm not going to put the hamburger in with this because I want to take the peppers out, put the hamburger in and cook it, and then add all the stuff back. But while the peppers are sauteing down, I thought I'd thaw out the sausage too. Okay? So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so it took about 5-10 minutes for the sausage to break down. As you can see, it was not fat because I didn't take anything out. There's no fat or anything in the bottom. So now I'm going to put this in a bowl while I season and brown the hamburger. Sausage should really give it a little bit of a perk because it was hot sausage. Orlando knows somebody whose family in the country in Virginia somewhere, they still make their own sausage, and so on occasion he will buy some from him, and that's what this is. Now the ground beef is 80-20, but to me it still gives off a lot of liquid. Seasoned salt. I have the crushed black pepper, but for this I'm using table grind. Has a little bit more of a punch to it. Not using much of it though. Sometimes this can overspice. Little paprika. Some white pepper. This is sage. Most people think it's only for seafood, but it's really good in beef as well. Garlic powder. And a few of the Italian herbs. Let's see how this cooks up without having a can of the man-wich. We're using what we have, right? Look at there, there's not much fat. So that 80-20 this time was pretty good. I have bought it and it wasn't this lean. But this seems to be a pretty good batch. Okay, folks, this is what happens when you reach a certain age. I have lost my dish towel, and I have been right here. Oh, here it is. I'm impressed. Not much fat at all. I'm one of those cooks that wipes down as I go. I'm always steady wiping. It's rounding up pretty good. I wanted some of the Hawaiian buns, but once again I'm using what I have, so to get that buttery flavor, what I'm going to do is to add a little butter, put them in the oven before I put the sauce over them. There it is. I knew there'd be some in there. But it's still not bad. I want to brown it all before I taste it. I don't want to taste any raw hamburger. It's almost there. So tell me, when's the last time you had a man-wich or a sloppy joe? Like I said, it has been 20 years for me. But it's quick, and I got to use everything I had in the house. I didn't have to buy anything for this dish. And it's different being home all this time. We have had a few meals that were drive-through, but cooking a lot. That's seasoned well. So I didn't really need the man-wich. So now I'm going to take this out using a spoon with the, the one with the holes in it. Then I will pour the grease off and put it back in the pan with the sauce. Orlando had a pretty good idea this time. Sometimes that's the biggest hurdle for me. It's planning the meal. If people will say, you know what, I'd like to have this, I can come in the kitchen and cook it, but it's just putting the meal together sometimes is just the most difficult part for me. This is not only a quick meal, it's also a relatively inexpensive one too. Now it's just the two of us, but I'm thinking a family of 4, especially if you throw a salad with it, this would feed them very well. So I'm going to pour this into this coffee cup. I'm going to leave the drippings in the bottom of the pan. And I think I'm going to use both. That's pretty good. And then back goes the goodies. Hope that's enough sauce. If not, I do have another jar. I try to keep marinara sauce and red sauce. I'll just say red sauce because pizza sauce, all of it around. It's good for quick pasta dishes. I think that's going to be enough. I'm going to let it simmer. But before I do, it's getting dark in here. Much better. I think I'm going to add a bay leaf just for flavor while it simmers. And I'm going to tidy up. Allow this to simmer. And I'll be back with it plated. Okay, guys. It has simmered down. Turn that off. Ooh, hot, hot. I have toasted one end with butter. I didn't feel like a whole bun. Let's get a little bit here. Okay. Let's see how it is. I think Orlando's going to like this. So let's see. It's hot. I think this adding the sausage and buttering the roll, the bun, really makes a difference. It's yummy, if I do say so myself. One pan, basically. Now when I fix dinner, I'll add a small salad on the side. But this, different, for us anyway, and tasty. So, let me know in the comments below if you'll try this. Or if it's something that you eat all the time, it's just different for us. I would like to thank Kenya of Kenya's Decor Corner and Denise of This and That with Denise Jordan and the Sister Circle for hosting this great collab. New ideas in the kitchen is always great. Like I said, I don't mind cooking it. Sometimes I just don't want to have to come up with what to cook. So this will help me a lot. But my manwich, sloppy joe, whichever you call it, all out of my pantry and my freezer, worked out well today. And I hope you'll give it a try. And if you do, let me know. Tag me on Instagram if you give this a try, or leave me a comment below even if you give it a try. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed bringing it to you. If you're not already, please subscribe to our little community over here. You can do so by hitting that subscribe button below. Once you do, hit that little bell, and that means you'll be notified of all upcoming content that I upload. If you are one of my ride or dies, you know how I feel about you. I am so grateful, so very grateful. I tell you all the time that I love you, but I also want you to know how grateful I am that you stick and stay and take this ride and go through this journey with me. I just don't know how to say it any other way. I'm just grateful. And I love you, I love you, I love you. If you're new to my channel, because I've seen some new subbies, I want to say welcome. We're so glad you're here. And don't be quiet. Talk to me down below in the comments and make suggestions about what you'd like to see me do here on the channel as well. I love your feedback. I really, really do. So, with that said, I'm going to leave you the way that I always do. But before I go, I want to say, as I've been saying recently, since we've been in, all of us have been going through this pandemic, that you should keep your head up. Find things to do that bring you joy. Don't just do things to be doing things. Do things that bring you joy. Like what I did just now brings me joy. Crafting brings me joy. So find things that bring you joy. And it may be reading a book. It may be taking a drive by yourself. Whatever it is, make room for some joy in your life, and we'll get through this. For me, I know everyone doesn't, but prayer has also helped. I've been doing a lot of that. And each of you, all of you, are in my prayers. So now, with that said, I'm going to leave you the way that I always do, with hugs and blessings and lots of love. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Boy, you had me from the start. By the way you stared, the way you wrote upon me, yeah.